I see two friends, two unlikely friends here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, keeping an eye on each other. I see Black Leopard Shazam clamoring in the background saying, "Hey, come back, Tarek. We were having some fun walks along our shared wall." And Tarek saying, I'll come back soon. I'm just catching a little vitamin D to start off my Monday. Starting to see some people file in. Hello and welcome to another day of living wild at heart here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Jessica Wynn is here. Let's see. Daniel's here. And a beautiful lion song from Leo as well. We'll have to head that direction. I just was checking Leo and Monsa's habitat to see if they were out. And hey, there's a lot of cats out today. The weather has let up. It is probably going to get above freezing today. We are looking at maybe a little snow later in the day, but the weather is quite a stark contrast from what it was last week. I'm sure many of you, it looked like the whole country was facing very, very cold temperatures. Us included up here in Sandstone, Minnesota, negative 20s. We're close to freezing, above freezing today. It's always wild to think about. That's about a 50 or so temperature degree swing than what we had last week. And speaking of clamoring, I heard some paws crunching snow over here. Welcome everyone, happy Monday. I'll get into the comments here. Mr. Dashers, as you can see, is posted up and ready to greet everyone as well to this live post here. We're going to do ourselves a nice sanctuary stroll, Dash. The weather is there, and the cats are out and enjoying the weather. Hey, thank you, big guy. And hoping that everyone can come along and join us. So I'm going to get into the comments here. Jeannie Curry saying, still have lots of snow, I see. That's right. The snow, realistically, Dash, is here to stay probably until end of March as kind of spring goes here in northern Minnesota. Hey, Robin Masters, thanks for joining today. Tanya Toner checking in, our neighbor from Wisconsin. Hey, Ann Lou, you get a little spring in Maryland today. Nice to hear. It admittedly is feeling pretty springy around here. I have to be cautious saying that word, Dash, because February in northern Minnesota, it can take a left turn if it wants to and get very cold again, but we'll take the spring, a dose of spring, a little early if we can get it, Dashy. Well, thank you for joining here. Carol Lynn saying, love to hear the Lions, Carol. That was Leo and Monsa, and a big yawn from Dash. We'll probably circle, I'll make a whole loop around Wild Woodlands, rather, and see what Leo and Monsa are up to. Hey, Marilyn Grant, thank you for joining us. Faith Warner checking in, saying hi to her two sponsor beauties, Edgar and Josie, in the office. Kelly Anderson saying good morning to Dasher. It's another wonderful day of living wild at heart for Dash. Usually, a morning like this, he's scoping out caretakers. He's usually frolicking around his yard. You can see Dash does a good job of making sure he touches every single square inch of his free-roaming habitat, and the snow is the evidence for us. But he's enjoying his morning. He's surely enjoying the warm sun that we have shining on us. Probably scoping out the caretakers, listening for the hum of UTVs, wondering when it's going to be lunchtime. The consummate food lovers we all know cats to be. That extends all the way up to, we know our domestic cats to be consummate food lovers, Dash. That extends all the way up the ladder to their apex predator counterparts. He says, let me tell you what, I love food time. Hello, big fella. And obviously here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, we know that Dash is an apex predator, a tiger at that, and you're never going to see him being in a close proximity like he was. And me reaching out and petting him and coming into contact with Dash, that's going to be, one, very, very dangerous, and two, misleading to our followers and supporters. We're trying to educate against people treating cats like Dash as pets. And so that's something you can always rely on us here at TWS, is respecting our rescues for what they are, Goofy. Nice to see that pretty face of yours. That even looks like you're dozing off a bit, Dashy. He says, I've had a busy morning. Him and Polina usually entertain one another along their wall. They don't have a shared wall like Shazam, Polina, and Tarek do. But Dash still does a good job of getting her attention, and Polina likes giving Dash his attention. I'll say that it's a pretty exciting week here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. We have a special guest coming. He'll be flying in tomorrow, and he was attached to the Ukraine rescue. He played an integral role in getting all 4 cubs, Prada, Stefania, and Lacia. There's Dash liking to play around with his foot. Prada, Stefania, Lacia, and Taras to their forever home here at the at the Wildcat Sanctuary. I won't be giving away too many details, but that's something exciting to look forward to with some exciting updates happening on the lion cubs, specifically the female lion cubs that we can look forward to learning about. Probably tomorrow we'll explain what to expect over this week here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Look at Faith Warner guessing, saying, yes, it's Dr. Andrew, right? That is correct. Tomorrow, Tracy F. coming in with an accurate guess too, Dr. K. Tomorrow, Dr. Kushner, as I said, who played an integral role in getting the 4 rescued lion cubs from Ukraine all the way here to the Wildcat Sanctuary, will be gracing us with our presence. And I know that Tammy wants to check in and kind of interview him. We're going to see his reaction to how much the lion cubs have grown since he's last seen them at the end of December. And as well, just kind of check in and see how he's been doing, and obviously give him updates on how the lions have been doing here. A lot of keen Wildcat Sanctuary supporters and followers who knew exactly who I was talking about. Maybe I gave too strong of hints there. I see someone asking, since cats are nocturnal animals, why are they so awake in the day? And I saw Kathy Barton giving an answer as well. And truthfully, yes, cats typically are nocturnal or crepuscular in nature. They like the low light periods. But I will say that our rescues here at the Wildcat Sanctuary have really kind of acclimated, and fortunately for us, to kind of the human schedule. Here's Miss Polina sitting up front too. They've kind of acclimated to the human schedule, and obviously we're staffed here 24/7 so we can respond to any type of emergency that would happen here at TWS. But the caretaker is doing a majority of their chores, be it cleaning, feeding, placing of enrichment, that happening, kind of during the 9 to 5 hours, if you will. So the cats knowing that those are usually the times of day when things are happening, and they're kind of up and at 'em with us. I will say that after food time, once everybody's had their meal, it looks pretty similar to what we're looking at now. A lot of vegging out and just relaxing and kind of napping throughout the day. We do know that big cats, tigers, lions, they sleep a lot. They actually sleep a majority of the day, resting or sleeping. So you can always expect some resting or sleeping here happening at the Wildcat Sanctuary, but particularly after food time. And we're looking at Tarek and Shazam. We shared a fun video. I hope some of you were able to watch it over the weekend. But we're looking at Tarek and Polina. But if you see, there's a black silhouette in the background. We have a cameo appearance from Shazam. You can see him just off the corner of the platform here. I see his little teddy bear ears there. And Shazam, we know, is he's a social cat. He has been fortunate to form bonds with a handful of rescues here at TWS. I can think of Jaguar Diablo Guapo. Look at Polina going over to say hi to more so. Polina's playing hard to get, turning the other way. Shazam, I'd expect you to come over and say hi to her. Anyways, Shazam forming a friendship with Jaguar Diablo Guapo. We know that Tigress Nikita. And now he has a bond with Tarek and Polina, who are along his shared wall. And this weekend we showed a little habitat modification. We know that our caretakers are always taking every step, be it little or small, to improve the quality of our residents' lives. And we knowing that Shazam is a social dude and loves hanging out with his pals, they made what we call a howdy door. So if you know that we have those guillotine door rather, that kind of retract up and down in our cap bedrooms. So they added some cattle panel in between that, so it's basically like a shared wall. And so Shazam is going to get the interaction that he enjoys so much outside as well as inside. And if anybody missed out on that Howdy Door video, we posted it over the weekend, Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. And it's Shazam vegging out in his indoor bedroom, and he's got Mr. Tarek right there next door to him, vegging out with him. So just a couple of friends hanging out on the couch, basically. And nice that we're getting to see their friendship play out right here. And looks like even Tarek's coming to join the party. And Shazam is now laying down, content as can be. Oh, he says, I'll join in. It's exercise time. And it never gets old seeing this size difference between the large tiger and then black leopard Shazam. It is a remarkable difference. Obviously, I think it's hard to kind of judge scale on video and social media photos. But Shazam is a lot smaller than these big tigers. Hey, Mr. Tarek. And Shazam's going to be probably the size of like a larger black lab as compared to a tiger like Tarek, who's closing in the 400-pound range. Oh, Miss Paulina, that was so sweet of you to chuff to Mr. Shazam. How about you? You're not a chuffer. You're a huffer. We know that tigers have a series of vocalizations that they do, and the chuff being included. Tarek has a little bit of a unique chuff. Usually, a tiger chuff is a little bit more kind of like segmented sounding, like a. But Tarek, you heard me say, he's got more of a huff than a chuff. You might hear it again here. Oof, oof. So I always have a unique chuff that I tailor to Tarek to kind of match his huff. So we're both huffing. We're both huffing, Mr. Tarek. I'm huffing when I'm walking through all this deep snow, I'll tell you that much. Well, this is a fun little friendly hangout session between Tigers Tarek, Paulina, and Black Leopard Shazam. Tarek's cruising around, greeting us here on the live post. Paulina's a little bit more interested in hanging out with her buddy Shazam. What? Did you hear me talking about the howdy door? The howdy door that you and Shazam now have? And Paulina gets to obviously take advantage of it too. And lo and behold, you can see a shadow behind the blind here. And that would be Tiger Dash getting in on the Tiger Fun 2 in this alleyway. Hey, duder. Oof. Yeah, thank you for that. I've been chatting a lot. I'm going to get into the comments. I keep on trying to film Mr. Shazam walking with his friends, but I'm wanting to maintain a safe distance with Tarek patrolling the wall right here. What do you think, Goofy? Big goofers. It's Monday here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. We're having a very pleasant sanctuary stroll on a rather spring-feeling day. We have been kind of released, hopefully, just maybe temporarily, from the clutches of a very, very cold winter. We had below freezing temperatures last week, and it is looking up this week. A lot of high 20s, even above freezing. So as you can see, the cats are even responding well to this warmer weather. And it's good to get out and see what everybody's up to. And so far on our live post, it's really been a kind of friendly bonding experience between Shazam and his tiger companions, Tarek and Paulina. We got to see Dash for a little bit. We've been getting lots of huffs and chuffs from Mr. Tarek here. Thank you. And I think maybe we're going to ring around the corner. We heard Leo and Mons do some singing at the beginning of the post, and so let's see if they're cruising around their habitat, and I'll be able to catch up on some comments while I'm walking over there too. Faith Warner saying it's literally a heat wave there. It is. This is a little out of character for February. Like I said, it's maybe a taste of spring when it might be a little too bittersweet and it's kind of far away. I'll take this weather closer to the end of February and March. That's very seasonal and characteristic, but there's still a chance that we could get clamped down with another cold stretch here. So we'll see. Like I said, I need to be more optimistic, glass half full. We're liking this little dose of spring no matter what. Ooh, 51 in Iowa, Henyatta. Yowzer, that is very warm. Deborah R. saying, I'm loving this. Thanks, Judson. Hey, Deborah, well, glad you're enjoying yourself and glad you could join in on a live here. Here's Shazam's perspective. Oh, good timing. A little bit of a zoomies here to keep up with Tarek and Polina. And we know that companionship is something that we really do like to offer our rescues if they want it. And knowing that Shazam benefits a lot from having these two around and adding that howdy door. We just saw Mr. Shazam kind of perk up and run along there. Shazam's one of our geriatric rescues. He's one of our oldest cats. And to see him get a little vim and vigor and zest in his step definitely warms my heart. And I know that it makes you guys feel something special too. Look at him. He's still kind of jogging along with him. You enjoy that, Mr. Shazam. Now let's see. I heard Leo and Mansa cruising around. I'll look across to maybe see if they're on their perch or platform is where I would expect them to be on a day. So it is warmer. You might be able to hear a little bit of the wind. I have the microphone on. But the sun is shining. Woo! Woo! All right. Big old drop. As I'm trudging through the snow here. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry about that delay there. Our internet not working. Of course, I've trudged my way through the snow. Oh, there's Miss Daisy all the way across the way. I'm sure. Oh, let me hop over our barrier fence here. And there's Daisy, who is very strategic and knows that she can see and hear a UTV perfectly from that edge of her habitat. But she says, human, time to come over and say hello and greet everybody and welcome everyone back to another portion of this live post. A little bit of a connection interruption, but here we are. And Yada pointing out how Queen Mansa says no interviews today. I wouldn't be surprised if both of those two goofies come walking up behind me when they hear me chatting. And a patented tiger stalk from Daisy. Yeah, how about I kneel down? There we go, pretty girl. It's definitely been a striped live post here. Mr. Tarek, Mr. Dash, Polina, and some spots. Don't forget about Shazam. But definitely a contrast as to what the rest of the week is going to be looking like. I mentioned that Dr. Kushner is going to be on site tomorrow and for the rest of the week. And we're going to talk a little bit about, oh no, Miss Daisy. We're going to talk a little bit about, more not a little bit, a lot about what's going to be happening this week tomorrow and what to look forward to, and it'll be very lion-centric. So glad we're getting a tiger-centric live post. You hear that, Daisy? Someone's pointing out that you said you're happy to see me. Well, thank you, Miss Daisy. I always appreciate a nice hello from one of our miracle tigers. Now, if you could walk me over, we're going to do a loop here, Daisy, and we're going to see what Nova is doing. Keep our striped theme going, Yeah. You can see Daisy's habitat. She's maybe a little kind of sticking to the pathways a little bit more than what we saw compared to Tiger Dash's habitat, where he had pretty much stepped on every single inch of new snow. I think we'll see a pretty similar pattern with Nova's habitat. I'm getting stalked and chased by Daisy, very typical of her. Oh, days. All right. Supernova. That is right, Faith. And she's already heard me a-coming. Oh, Miss Daisy says, don't forget about me. Of course not, Daisy. You are always going to be a star. All righty. Looks like I do have a little plowed pathway here. I was going to be heading out to the old road. Daisy, that is one big pile of poop right there. Wow. Okay, so we've been stalked by Dash, by Daisy. Daisy, who's been a little bit less subtle. I think that Nova's kind of taking Dash's approach and thinking that she's quite invisible whenever she does get behind an object. You can see she's lowered her ears. She's no longer moving. You might witness a butt wiggle here and there, but Nova is locked in and has triggered her predatory response. And she'll remain a statue until I get a little bit closer here, and then it turns into a chuff fest, which we were also talking about earlier. And sometimes if I chuff at her first, she says, I'm going to remain very stoic. And we know little Nova here, and little for now. Nova is continuing to grow up. We know that Nova was surrendered through our Tiger Amnesty program, and knowing that she's now been living wild at heart for about 4 months now, and very exciting to see the support that she has behind her, the life that she has ahead of her. And knowing how much she's been spared by being able to live compassionately here at TWS. Here she is. What do you think, Miss Goofy? We've heard a lot of chuffs today. We'd like to hear your chuff. I feel like even Nova's kind of got a combination of her kind of cub coat and a little bit of a winter coat too. That is quite the full-bodied collar of hair you have there, Miss Nova. Hoping everyone can hear Nova's tiger chuffs. I know that one of the first times I met Nova after Tammy arrived back here from her rescue at TWS, I don't think I'd ever been chuffed at as many times as Nova chuffed when I went and met her in her quarantine room. I pretty much lost track of chuffs after about 5 or 10 seconds. She is a chuff machine gun. Chuff, 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 chuff. And again, just like we talked about Dash, you kind of see her rubbing against the fence. And, you might think that it'd be opportunities for us to show physical affection and reach out and touch her, but that's not what we do here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, and Nova would be worse off for something like that, even too. Yeah. But there's no denying that you're a social girl in nature, and you love having people around. Yeah. What are some of these toys here, Miss Nova? What are some of these toys doing? Usually she chuffs, and kind of like Dash would do, she'll hang out with us and then she wants to go show off. She wants to go show how mighty she's becoming. She wants to show off all the toys she loves beating up every day. And then, of course, we know that Nova spends a lot of the time hanging out with her witness protection pal, who's along a shared wall in this habitat. Yes, thank you, Miss Nova. It looks like a lot of people are happy to see your pretty face on a live here. Good afternoon, Sharon Moore. Thanks for joining us. Glad to have you. I'll look at some comments here. Faith Warner pointing out you loved that Chuffy reel from Nova. And Kelly Anderson, she's such a good chuffer. Lots of love for her. Safe at Sanctuary for life. What a great comment. Tracy F saying, is Nova's exuberance still a bit much for her witness protection friend full time? That's correct. Obviously, these guys aren't living together full time. Still hoping that there is a friendship to be made, a full-time friendship with those two. But right now, caretakers have just been letting them develop their friendship for now through their shared wall. But we still have a lot of hope that Nova could have a very solid companion in this tiger who's in our witness protection program. Maria Vaughn, thank you for those 200 stars. Very, very much appreciated, Nova. You know, I was hoping, Nova, you're going to knock that red ball around. We can go a little bit more over here because I see your mirror toy, which is another one of your favorites, is over here. So maybe you can show off the mirror toy. I see your witness protection friend playing with some toys, which she zooms off to go witness. Because I'm no fun. Kind of have to share appropriately here. Yeah, who's that, Missy? And we just watch what I'm filming. It's really been a great day of showing off how much our cats benefit from these shared walls. Where maybe for safety reasons they can't have direct access, like Shazam being much smaller than two large tigers, Tarek and Polina, but we still want them to have some semblance of a relationship. That shared wall goes a long, long ways. Well, this is so fun, pretty lady. I'm getting stalked on the other side of me here, too. Hey, Barbara, complimenting Nova and her good looks. Thank you for that. You are a beautiful gal. Good morning, Beth Miller. What a beautiful girl. And I'm stalked on one side and stalked on the other. That's a double stock, a stock sandwich I just got caught in. And I'm sure Daisy's behind me too, right as I see the shadow going. It is a stock club sandwich, 3 layers. We'll hang out with Miss Nova for a little bit longer. As you can see, she's pretty interested. There goes Lilager Alyssa. She's pretty interested in what he is doing as opposed to what I am doing. But great that we're able to share this relationship. Even Alyssa's saying, what in the world are these whippersnappers doing? She's going and being a little coy with Gino, which is getting Dash curious. We got a whole lot of fun happening over here. Can't point the camera in that direction, though, unfortunately. I'm going to catch up on a few more comments here, everyone. Faith Warner saying, how is lovely Lloyd doing? You know, Lloyd's doing good, Faith. Over the weekend, if I'm not mistaken, Julie sent out a sponsor update on Lloyd. Timber was able to get some nice photos of Lloyd in his spot in our hospital, as well as able to get some video. And Lloyd's still a little wary of his surroundings, but is really doing a good job of being confident on his own terms, and excited that we're going to be sharing more of where he'll be going and kind of what his life will be like here at TWS when we get a little closer to spring. But thanks for asking about him, Faith. I know that a lot of sponsors took him under their wing, and we're very thankful for that. Maria Stahl saying, hey Judson, I'm a bit late to the party, but I made it. Glad to have you, Maria. Just pointing out it has been a very stripy live post. Lots of tigers. We've been cruising around wild woodlands here. And I really wish I could show you all the fun that's happening up towards the building here. But our witness protection cat is taking part in that fun between Gino, Alyssa, and the witness protection cat. They're all having a ball up near their bedroom here. I'm sure everyone can maybe hear the commotion in the background. Any more bowling pins for her? Asked Faith. We know that Nova here was a big fan of the bowling pin toys. Well, unfortunately, Faith, Nova has grown out of the bowling pins. Those are not actually a big cat designated toy. They were something that was kind of a good crossover for our residents. But as you can see, Nova's about as tall as I am. Nova, what? We don't do that. You don't need to do that. Let's walk this way. Nova's about as tall as I am and is growing in strength every single day. And unfortunately, she will shred those bowling pins, and we don't want her to get hurt in the process. So she's on to the bona fide big cat toys. I can see the mirror toy there. She's got a kind of a medium-sized boomer ball, her big tough cube right here. But no bowling pins for Nova. Maybe if they come out with a carnivore-proof bowling pin, I think that would be a great addition to Nova's toy arsenal. There we go. Speaking of toys, and we'll hang out with Nova for a little bit longer, and then I got to get shaking and moving. We're going to set up our live cam on the lions. Surely they're going to be romping around in their outdoor yard, given the weather today. And then just kind of a busy day here. Mondays are busy here at TWS. Kind of meetings, kind of checking in, really fleshing out what's going to be happening this week. As I've alluded, it's going to be a busy week. Dr. Kushner will be joining us tomorrow and will be with us the whole week for some exciting things happening with the lion cubs. And as I said, we'll flesh more of that out and talk more about it tomorrow, Nova. But I think we'll sign off with a Nova chuff and a Gino carol in the background. There goes Nova, going on to bigger and better things like her tiger pal, her tiger witness protection pal. But hey everyone, we had a great day today. Service wasn't too sticky on us. We got to see Dash. We got to see Tarek, Polina, and just how much fun and how special of a relationship they have with Leopard Shazam. It was really cool to see them spending so much time with one another. We got to see Daisy, and then we got to see the one and only Tigress Nova, Supernova, who always lives up to her name every live post. So everyone, stay close. As I pointed out, we have some exciting things happening this week, and we always love our supporters and followers taking part of that, because after all, you are the ones who make it all happen. But it's Monday here. Looking forward to that exciting and fun week, and thank you so much for tuning in today. We will see you back here at the Wildcat Sanctuary tomorrow.